Okay, we're good. We're live. We are live, boy. I got YouTube up. Let me see. Yeah, YouTube is up on live, and we are recording, I think.
See if my buddy Jacques tunes in. He's on the road right now to Florida with his old man, going to actually famous. I can't remember his name, but he is like in the World Hall of Fame for building drag cars.
Oh, I feel like I should know that.
He's based in Florida, and he has a museum down there. They're heading down there because his old man is like the biggest fan of him, and
Really?
so yeah, they're going down there to check out his museum and stuff like that, and all the things that like his first prototype that he built, I'm assuming is there. And he was telling me about it the other day. It was pretty damn cool.
Nice.
I thought sounds fun. I would definitely be interested in that.
Hell yeah, that's kind of cool, man. On the YouTube right now, it shows the screen share as like the big picture, and then you can see us on the side. I'll send you a picture of it real quick. So as the people that can't see this that are listening, which more than half of you don't even listen, you just watch, which is great. We are on a car kick right now.
We are discussing dream cars that I will never own.
Don't say that.
That costs money.
Don't say that. One day, you could be.
I'll be like freaking 90 years old. Like finally get my last Social Security and be like, I finally have enough for it.
Yeah. And they're going to take your driver's license away.
Yeah, dude, that would be my luck, dude. I get my dream car of 1,000 horsepower Camaro, and all of a sudden they're like, give me your license, old man, you're done.
Hell yeah.
I'd still drive.
This bad boy right here is what Schiller is trying to convince me to get. I want a Corvette, and I'm going to get a Corvette, but he just showed me this, and now I don't not want a Corvette, but I do want a Camaro again. I wanted the Camaro ZL1 1LE, or not, is it ZL1 1LE? 1LE yeah. ZL1. I think that's what it is. But I wanted one, but they really didn't compete with a Corvette. And I've always thought Corvettes are cool. But for those of you listening and not watching, we're going to go ahead and play this clip. So if you do want to watch, it'll be on the YouTube, and we are live. So here we go. Dude.
God, it sounds so clean, dude.
The Exorcist. The only thing I don't like about this car is that it's soft top.
I think they came in hard top availability too. It's a custom build, so I'm assuming that you pick out the Camaro color and everything you want first.
He's at like 140 plus in like 5 seconds.
Ugh. Yeah, dude, it's just amazing what American muscle can do.
You know, I'll tell you after this. Golly. Oh, they're serialized. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, ZL1 1LE. That's what it's called. Dude, Hennessy they kill it every time, man.
They're the modern day Yanko, man.
That's insane. So, okay, what I was going to say is, did you know if you bought a car today, the only car, I think this is true. Maybe somebody is listening or watches this, but I think the only car you can get now, a V8, American-made vehicle, and a manual, is a Mustang.
I don't know. That's
2020. 2022 or 2023 and newer, there's no longer a manual. They're either automatic or paddles.
I want to say you're right, but I don't want to say you're right because I'm not a Ford guy. I
Yeah.
hope that's not true. Only American made vehicle. Oops.
Like I'm
Not
almost
V8.
100% positive you can't, like the Corvette, the C8s, you can't get in manual anymore.
V8 manual 2024. Let's see what it says here. Survey says
While you're doing that, I'm gonna look up something real quick.
you are correct.
So what's left?
The 2024 Ford Mustang is the only American-made vehicle with a V8 engine and a manual transmission.
Really?
That's what it says. Now, I'm assuming, though, that you could probably still order custom through GM or
I don't think you can. I really
Dodge. I would think that you'd be able to order. I just don't see Dodge selling a Challenger that didn't have a manual option. I feel like they would lose a lot of sales.
The Challenger's going away. The Challenger and Charger are basically dead.
Wow.
Have you ever seen one of these?
Is that a Shelby or what is it?
It's it limited edition. They're called a Mustang Blackjack.
I haven't. It looks like Eleanor.
Dude, I'm not a Ford guy, but these things are sick.
I'm not a Ford guy, but like I have always drawn attraction to the Eleanor Mustang from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Day long, man.
Dude.
You can't throw one of those for sale, and I'm not gonna go get it.
I'm just like, dude, I hate Ford, but
yeah,
man,
look, it's signed by Jack Roush right there. Oh, my buddy had one of these in high school. He also had so his dad bought him this. Crazy, right?
What?
His name was Ryan Butler. Yeah, his dad bought him this. He also had a Corvette C6 stock C6, and that was the first time I ever went 167 miles an hour. We went to go see Pineapple Express at midnight, and we took his Corvette.
Great movie.
Yeah, and on the way back from leaving there, we hopped in his C6 and we got on the highway. And last thing I knew, he lifted, and I looked over at the speedo and it said 167. And that was the fastest I had ever been up until I bought my motorcycle. When I had my R1.
Your Gixxer?
No, the Yamaha R1 that I had.
Oh, dude, I couldn't imagine going 167.
I didn't even feel like it. Like, it literally didn't even feel like it.
Ugh.
It was cool.
And that's my thing, dude, is I would love where I'm at, though. Like, we don't have a lot of like straightaway nothing highways where you could open it up. Like, there's always a curve or there's a lot of population, so you're going to run into law enforcement. But dude, I'm telling you right now, if I bought a vehicle that was capable of going 167 plus miles an hour, such as that Exorcist,
yeah,
I would be hightailing it out to Wyoming.
Because
there is on I-90 there is the speed limit is 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So going 100 miles an hour, dude, it's like no problem at all. And there's like hardly any law enforcement out there.
Oh, you know, on YouTube.
On the boob tube.
Yeah. You're gonna I literally watched this morning. It was great. There it is.
Runs from cops.
Oh my god, dude. This dude just literally just taunts people. This one.
Taunting. First we have to go through an ad.
Wait. I don't think this one's not it. It was like a side video that I clicked on. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is a guy. This guy.
The black Corvette.
Dude.
This Corvette is all blacked out. It's got a 360 camera on the rear and no license plate. I know 1,000% this guy I will not stop for blue lights ever. Whoever you are, you know, I want to see your footage somehow. I want to find it.
Don't worry, I got you.
Just listen to this car. It's a Z06. Gone. You're not catching him.
Dude,
Right?
that's so nuts, man. The fact that it's so crazy that it looks like the Batmobile,
All right,
dude.
guys,
That's so
welcome
badass.
back. Thank you for hanging out, spending a few moments here with me. If you're new, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe.
There's one where he's like stopped in the middle of the road.
Is that the guy that
Oh, right here.
driving the car?
Yeah, listen. Look, here we go. No, that's not the guy. That's not the driver. Like, he just stopped in the middle of the road because the cops pulling him over. They told him to get out.
How about new?
Yeah, dude.
Gone, bro. Like, like, he looks back and you can't even see the cop.
Dude, in the rain too.
Yeah, like the cop's not even coming. Dude.
That cop so gave up. He was like, "It's almost the end of my shift. I'm done, dude."
Oh yeah, watch this.
He then
Okay.
goes ahead and
He goes right past this patrol car. Okay. Patrol car never even checks up. He's like,
he
okay.
then goes ahead and runs a red light and blows past this guy yet again.
Oh, he's got nitrous in that thing, dude.
Oh, you know he's got nitrous, but he's got no cats. That's why he's
either
shooting
sleeping on the
flames.
job or wants nothing to do with this guy. And
Isn't that great? That's
Dude,
like that's
that
literally, dude. That made me want a Z06 so bad. I was like, wow. I'm not saying I'm gonna run from the cops. I'm not saying that. But that is cool as shit.
If I see a red Corvette on the news, I'm gonna know what happened.
Yeah, it was.
You know what's crazy is people are more worried about people having certain firearms and certain types of firearms. Yet that is 100% legal to own.
Isn't that nuts, dude?
I mean,
that's nuts to me that you can literally. So right now you can order a ZR1, a C8, brand new. You can order a ZR1 and they go 233 miles an hour. You can literally order that from Chevy. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get it right away, but if you got, I think they're like 250,000 or something like that. If you got that money and you get on the waiting list and you just so happen to get one, you can literally own a car that goes 233 miles an hour. And that's from the dealership.
That makes me wish I had
$250,000. Yeah, me too.
The fuck you money.
Dude, can you imagine?
I think that's like every guy's dream is to be able to not only have that money, but to be able to walk in to whatever brand you're loyal to, like me, GM,
Yeah.
So my dream's always been to walk into GM and be like, take me to your Hennessy or whatever, like take me to this shop. Okay. And be like, I want something custom that's never been made before. What do you got for me? Like, that's where I would be like, I see that you have the 1,000 power Exorcist. All right.
Yeah.
I want the 1,200 power Priest.
Yeah. The Schiller mobile.
The shill pill.
Yeah. 1,200 horsepower shill pill. Where's it at?
Shill pill. And
sure,
I want
we don't make
hood.
those. Yeah, you're about to.
You're about to. And just lay a bag of cash on there and be like, start. This is my deposit.
Yeah. Yeah, here's 50 grand to get the car started.
Here, I want the hood to say shoot and scoot, and I want a giant Fig Newton sticker on the windshield.
Oh my god, just Ricky Bobby the shit out of that car.
Oh, dude. There's a picture of a meme and I relate to it so hard. It was like I wouldn't tell anybody that I won the lottery, but there would be signs. And this guy is
Facts.
literally front yard sitting in a Dale Earnhardt driven car.
Dude,
Like,
do you know how like I wish, bro, I had a shop because I would 100% get a Dale Earnhardt Senior, Dale Earnhardt Jr., a Gordon, and probably Elliott. And those 4 cars would literally sit in my shop.
I've
And
always wanted
I wouldn't drive them fucking anywhere.
I've always wanted a 1997 Dale Earnhardt Chevy Lumina. And I've always wanted the 2002 Tony Stewart.
Oh, Tony Stewart would be
Chevrolet.
great to have too. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that blaze orange with the white,
The Home Depot?
like, dude,
Yeah, sign me up, dude.
that
Sign
would be,
me up.
dude, that would be it for me. Like, I
I'm
can't.
with you, dude.
I have or I shouldn't say my dad has all of Dale Earnhardt's cars that he ever raced in, from his pink K2 car all the way up until the Oreo or the
Like model
the
cars?
last, like diecast.
Yeah.
Yeah, not all of he doesn't have all of Dale Earnhardt's cars.
I was
so
like,
I'd be
where's he live, Shirley?
yeah, I have a big secret to tell you.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty crazy, and I used to sit down there as a kid and watch those. And I always try to pick out my favorite one, and I could never figure it out. But the 2 that always popped my eye was the old 85 Monte Carlo, the square bodies
Yeah.
that they raced, and the Chevy Lumina. I don't know what it is. I think it's because of Days of Thunder, because that's what they were racing in Days of Thunder, was the Chevy Luminas. And
Dude, that movie?
that's another car. I would have the Chevy City green and yellow cold
Old
trickle car.
bro? Old trickle?
Dude. Yeah, dude, that'd be so. And of course, the mellow yellow car. That was so sick, dude. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, Days of Thunder.
Literally, Days of Thunder. And I'm not like a Tom Cruise lover, but I do like movies that Tom Cruise is in. I'm not like a Tom Cruise fan, though. Does that make sense?
I think he's okay. You know, I like his movies.
Yeah, I think he's kind of weird. Like, he's kind of quirky.
He's
Obviously, I love like Days of Thunder and Top Gun, the first one. I will watch any day of the week, and I could probably watch them back to back.
well, and the thing I admire too about Tom Cruise is like he does all of his own like very dangerous stunts.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah, Mission Impossibles.
it was his idea for Days of Thunder. He's like, let's make a movie about NASCAR. And by the way,
Yeah.
I want to drive the car.
The NASCAR, yeah.
Yeah, and the same thing with like the Mission Impossibles. He's like that.
Well, he
I can't remember.
flew the jet in Top Gun.
Yeah, and in one of the Mission Impossibles, he had 2 stunts that were just crazy to me. One was he was
with
hanging on the side
motorcycle?
of the motorcycle off of the cliff.
That's the newest one, right?
I think so. And then
Okay.
the other one was when he was hanging in the doorway of an airplane while it was taking off. That was real. They had him strapped up to cables in case he let go, but he legitimately was hanging onto an airplane while it was taking off. Yeah, dude. That's not
You're
CG.
telling me that a dude that makes that much money was willing to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I watched them, like the behind the scenes, them filming it. He
Mm-mm.
legitimately was flying on the side of an airplane. He was hooked up to safety harnesses, but that's all real. That's all real.
I did not know that.
Same thing with Top Gun, the second one. All the G-force you see, he's in the back of the fighter. Like, that's real G-forces.
Yeah.
I'm like, that guy's
mad respect to that dude for sure, dude.
dude.
Like,
Mad
Days
respect.
of Thunder. Oh my god, dude.
It's hard to beat. And people that don't watch NASCAR don't get it. Like, they're just like, it's a bunch of cars
and
racing.
people but what's crazy is that they made a comedy about NASCAR and everybody loved it
everybody did.
because there's a stereotype, right?
Talladega Nights. Yeah, Talladega Nights is hilarious.
It is, but I wish they would make Days of Thunder 2.
I think it would be hard to do nowadays with how NASCAR's kind of gone in. I remember when
It's
they came
gone
out with the
soft.
Soft, and when they came out with the Car of Tomorrow, I stopped watching for a few years because all the cars were the same body, but just had different stickers and logos. And I
Yeah.
get it. They were trying to make it fair for everybody because certain manufacturers were winning more than others. And it's like, okay, that's the whole idea of the sport.
Yeah, figure it the
Is
fuck out, man.
yeah, if you want to win, you got to get with that manufacturer. And also, if that manufacturer's not winning, guess what? You need to go back to your R&D department and be like, we are losing races.
Yeah,
we need to
why are
win.
we losing races?
Fix this problem.
Yeah.
That's the same thing like that great movie. What was the movie Ford with the Le Mans? Dude, I watch it all the time. I
Yeah.
love that movie.
The
Ford versus Ford or Ferrari versus
Ford versus Ferrari.
Ford.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Dude, that was badass, man.
I don't like Ford. I hate Ford with a passion, but I was like,
But
I'm
it was
gonna
like the
watch this
first
movie.
supercar.
It was, dude, it was
American-made
crazy.
supercar.
It was crazy to watch what they did to make that thing work. I think the most intriguing thing of me about that movie was how Ford designed not only taking off the wheels, but you could take off the entire brake rotor assembly and strap on a new one with fresh brakes.
All for Le Mans.
All for Le Mans.
And who knows what they just started.
Yeah.
Like what did that, if had they not done that, what would we be in now for racing?
Well, yeah, dude, being in a car that runs 24 hours and you expect the brakes from the time they start to the time that they end with sharp corners to be able to last.
And you're just
Dude,
constantly
like I don't take sharp corners and stuff, and I can barely make my brake pads last.
Yeah.
You're
And you're
crazy,
not running
dude.
180 miles an hour.
No. Well, in my head.
Yeah. I think my
make
truck can do that.
Yeah. I make the noises, when I'm like
Hey, do you ever your center console, you have 2 cup holders and like the little square one, right?
Yeah.
You ever put a water bottle in one of them and act like you're shifting?
Yes.
Dude, I don't even know when I started doing that, but
I'm like,
yeah.
and I'll sit there. Sometimes I'll get in and I'll have a little pop like this right there in the center console. And I'll just go like this.
Yeah.
I'll flick it like it's a neutral.
Yeah. Sit there and
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss driving manual, man. Anytime one of my friends had one, I was like, can I take your car for a ride? It would be anything, dude. I remember what the hell was his name? Gerace. Nick Gerace. Shout out to you, Nick, if you are listening. He probably doesn't though. I stayed with him when I got back from my last deployment, and I couldn't go back to the barracks because I was married. So I was like, hey, dude, I have literally like, what did I have? Like 6 weeks, I think, until I had to leave. So I was like, dude, I'm not going to go get an apartment. I'm not going to do a hotel. So I asked if I could live on base with him. And he's like, yeah, I have to ask my wife. So I lived on his couch for a couple weeks. And I remember I had to go drive him to the airport or something like that. And he's like, hey, man, can you take my car? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he had one of those little Honda, I don't remember, Civics, but it was like the super sporty ones.
Yeah.
And it had a 6-speed in it, dude. And I had so much fun on the I-5 cruising in that little thing. I mean, it was like a little rice burner. So it was like, like
that is the worst sound effects.
It was awesome, dude. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
So yeah, going back to yeah, dude, that video that you guys saw in the beginning is my dream car. Is the Camaro Exorcist, which is done up by Hennessy.
Yeah, that is, dude, that is sick, bro.
Not the alcohol, by the way.
I've never been a fan of that. Have you?
Hennessy? No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a big drinker. I don't really drink, but when I do drink, it's usually beer, and it's Coors Banquet or a Busch Light. Hard alcohol is whiskey or tequila, and if it's a whiskey, it's usually like a Johnny Walker or a Pendleton.
Yeah.
And for tequila, I love like Cabo Wabo and my girlfriend got me on Casamigos, which is George Clooney's tequila. That's pretty good stuff.
George
Really
Clooney has a
smooth.
tequila.
Yeah,
I did not know
Casamigos.
that. I did not know that was his. I've heard of that, but I've never known that was George Clooney's.
Yeah, it's good stuff,
Interesting.
man. He makes some really good stuff.
Sorry, I was posting to the IG story so that we can let people know we're live. No, that's cool. I didn't know that he had a tequila. Is it smooth?
Yeah, it's yeah, dude, it's smooth. I mean, it's I think it's I haven't bought a bottle of it in a long time. I remember it being a little higher price.
Yeah.
And I'm not good with prices on alcohol, so I'm the guy that I'm like the perfect person for someone in the liquor store to be like, you need to buy this. This is like
okay.
legit. And I'd be like, yeah, it sounds great. Like, how much is this bottle? It's like $60, but dude, these normally go for $80. And it's like, oh, okay. And then I go to like a party or something, and people are like, you paid $60 for that, bro? They're like $30. I'm like, oh, the guy was very convincing.
You're like, damn it, God again.
But yeah, it's super smooth. I like it, and like I said, I'm not a big drinker, but I'll tell you though, I bought a bottle of the Pendleton Military Appreciation Edition. I love the
Pendleton's
bottle.
so good, dude.
It's so smooth, dude.
They're out
Like
of
normally,
they're out of Wyoming.
I think no, they're out of Canada.
No, Pendleton.
Yeah, I think so. Look it up, man. Because I remember, I want to say it was Canada, but I could be wrong. I know they have the Yellowstone now whiskey. That's out of Wyoming. There is a whiskey company called Wyoming. That's pretty good, actually. I've had that before. That's pretty good stuff.
Hood River, Oregon. It's okay. So you're right. Pendleton whiskey is distilled in Canada and bottled in Hood River, Oregon.
There we go. But dude, it is so
Canadian style whiskey. Yeah, that's cool.
Usually I have to chill whiskey to be able to somewhat enjoy it. You know,
I'm not drinking whiskey hot ever.
Yeah, dude, hot whiskey is. Ugh.
It reminds me of just the Palms or what was that other place that we used to go? Stampede.
Oh yes, the Stampede. Yeah. I was just talking to a buddy of mine that's still in, and asked him because he's like, I spent a lot of time in Temecula. I was like, oh, you going down to the Stampede there? And he's like, no, dude, I went one time, man. He's like, people were line dancing. It's weird. I'm like, dude, that was the place to go back in the day, man.
I think we need to go back.
I would love to go back to the Stampede, but I have
just for shits and giggles.
I have a feeling though that like we would go back and it would be
what the fuck is this?
Or we'd be because we're older now, we're more mature. I feel like now we would be like, why do people come to this place? Yeah. The music's so loud.
I don't know, man, because we had a lot of good times at that place.
Dude, I can't tell you. I couldn't drink at the time because I was 20. So I always sober cabbed you guys. But do you remember the night that we went and I drove your truck back because I was sober cabbing you, Sutton, and his girl.
Yeah, and they were fighting in the backseat.
Yes. And
she punched him, right?
Something like that. Yeah, she was
I remember it got physical and she was the one getting physical. And I remember I was in the passenger seat and I was just looking at you like, I don't fucking know.
Dude, I was looking at my GPS on the phone. I was like, how much longer do we have until we're there?
Yeah.
I'm like, but I remember I let Garci.
He drove your truck and the fucking drive shaft fell off.
Yeah, my U-joint broke.
Your U-joint broke. Yeah, I remember that. I remember they were behind us and we had gotten back and we flipped around and went to go look at your truck and you could literally see the drive shaft just laying on the ground.
And I was like trying to be optimistic. I'm like, maybe it just like got scuffed up and it'll be okay. Dude, that thing was bent and just tore up. I luckily found a drive shaft at a U-Pull our parts there in Cal.
Yeah, remember I went with you.
Yeah, because you had to.
I drove you down there and we put it in my truck. Did you put that on at the base or did you put it on the parking lot?
I put it on in the parking lot because literally all you got to do is slide in the rear differential and then in the front you slide it forward and then you just bolt it up and done.
Yeah, because it's just the two bolts on the U's, right?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So I
That's
literally
crazy.
slipped it in. I think it cost me like $120 because a brand new one.
Didn't we have to go to some shady ass junkyard?
Yeah. And I remember we walked around and I couldn't find anything until I saw a blue. I had a 2002 Chevy, but this was a 2003, which is a different body style. And I looked at it and I was like, I wonder if that has a drive shaft on it. And I looked underneath and I'm like, that is the exact drive shaft that I have. And so I pulled it out. I think I paid $120 for it. What's funny though is, do you remember my old one? I couldn't throw it in the trash. So I literally had it sticking out my topper
for a while. Yeah, like you could literally hit your head walking past Schiller's truck on a fucking U-joint. on a drive shaft.
You know what the best part though about when living in the barracks? I had a 1972 Camaro with just a standard
blue and white.
Yeah, and it had a terrible gas line leak. And
I remember this.
That thing, even in California when it got somewhat cold, I remember I would wake up early sometimes in the morning and just want to go for a drive, or I'd go out to Oceanside, go get my hair cut, whatever. And I remember like having an old 350 engine that takes a while to warm up. So I'd be in the parking lot when everybody's sleeping, and all of a sudden I'd be like, all of a sudden I'd be like, glug, 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 and I'd have to rev on it and be like, whoa, to get it to warm up. Dude, so many people, like when I would come back, they'd be sitting there like smoking. They'd be like, why do you have to take your Camaro out every damn Sunday? Like, you're the loudest damn person here. I'm like, shut up, dude.
Yeah.
I loved that car, dude. I got in so much trouble with that thing.
Well,
and I bought it literally with the intention of saving on fuel mileage, not knowing jack shit about what classic cars get. I think I got 5 miles to the gallon on that car.
No, you did not.
I got like 5 to 7 miles to the gallon.
I remember at one point, I don't know if we were in your car or in your truck or in my truck, but your dad called. And literally, that was the whole fucking conversation. It was about how bad your fucking fuel mileage was.
Dude.
And I think he was pissed off at you for getting shitty fuel mileage, or you were... there was something there. I can't remember what it was.
I remember because my dad's had classic cars all his entire life. At one point, I remember we had 3 Camaros in our driveway. And
what?
Yeah, we had a 67 V6 straight 6, kind of a rare car.
Yeah.
He had a 73, which is the same body style that I had, and then we also had like an 85. But I remember calling my dad and telling him where I was buying this car. Little did I know that it was in Compton. I bought my Camaro
shady as shit.
And it's, for anybody that's wondering what Compton is exactly what you would stereotypical picture it, of people on the front yard bench pressing, gated front yards, everything looking run down, cars on like cylinder or blocks. Like, dude, it was so sketchy. But the guy that I sold it to was super nice. But dude, I bought it, handed him the check, and I was like, all right, man, I'll take it, and signed over the title. And I looked in there after I drove it, and I didn't even notice that thing was running on fumes. He like depleted all of the gas out of it.
No, so I had to stop and get fuel in Compton.
Yeah, Gibson drove me. So I told Gibson, I said, I need to go get fuel, and I need you to stay close to me until I get fuel, because I have no idea what's going to happen to me once I go pump. And so I pumped up that car, and as soon as I left it running, dude, I just started pumping gas into it. And as soon as it topped off and I got in my car and just whoa, out of there, dude, I was like not stopping for anything.
Yeah, no thanks, dude. That's the wrong place to stop and get fuel. That's for damn sure.
I did a donut in a roundabout parking lot at a gated community.
What?
In that car? Yeah, because we went to a gated community, and I don't remember, it was one of the friends that we met in San Diego. Her friend like lived in it, or her parents did.
Yeah.
Well, we went there and we were like leaving, and I remember my buddy Claverwine was like, dude, you got to do a burnout on this thing. I was like, I've never done a burnout on this thing. He's like, let's do it. So I just held onto the brake, gassed it, started getting the wheels spinning, and I went around the circle. And he's like, bro, we're in a gated community. They're probably already calling the cops. And we just took off running, dude.
Just left.
I left tread marks and everything. It was awesome. I missed that car.
You know, like we had this conversation, like we're not American Muscle Ford guys, but there are certain Fords that we would possibly drive, like Eleanor. We would definitely drive. Dude, I don't know if you've
I
ever
would.
seen this. Hold on, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check the sign first.
Have you ever seen this thing? The Code Red GT500?
God, dude, I've always been jealous of Shelby's.
Look at this thing.
Oh my God.
It is so fat, bro.
Gone.
$161 miles an hour in 8.5 seconds.
Oh.
I really don't hate Ford that much to where I wouldn't buy one of those.
But I don't think I have too much pride. I wouldn't be able to buy it if I had the money because I couldn't do it.
100%. If I found a GT500, Shelby GT500 with the right miles and the right price, I would buy it. I would buy it over a Z06.
I wouldn't buy it. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. But if someone was like, if I entered it up like to win a GT500 Shelby Eleanor edition and I was given it, I would hold on to that car forever.
Oh, I'd be like, I would never put miles on that thing.
No, I would. Well, and I would, but I wouldn't take it out. I wouldn't be driving it around as my daily, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to take this thing to go get something.
You'd have to move out of state if you bought that car because y'all's roads, there would be, dude, you wouldn't be able to drive that car for 8 months out of the year.
I would be like, yeah, man, I went 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds, but I had to stop because there was a corner.
Yeah. And then don't y'all salt y'all's roads too?
Yep.
Yeah. And all the rust up there, dude.
Dude, it's bad, dude. My dad's truck, dude. I remember the day that my dad bought this truck. He's got a 1999. Yeah, it's a 99 single cab 2500 gasser.
Yeah.
Long bed. He still has this truck to this day. He loves this truck. And that thing has over 300,000 miles.
What?
It cranks over every single time. It's had minor maintenance stuff, but the box and the frame on the back rusted out before anything else did. So my dad had to have like a tube welded on back onto the frame to keep the integral structure of the the chassis.
No way.
Dude, dude, salt up here is no joke, man. If you got a vehicle that you love, you cannot drive it in the winter up here.
That sucks, man. So you got to literally have like a winter car and a summer car.
Yeah, so a lot of people
have like something that's expensive.
Yeah, so a lot of people up here, like, they'll have 2 vehicles for one person. So they'll have like a truck and stuff for if they do like hunting and whatnot, but mainly for like if we get a harsh storm to get through it. But once the roads are salted and look clean, then they'll drive like a car. But there's a lot of people up here that don't have 2 cars, so they'll just drive like their Toyota or something and call it good. A lot of companies up here now that sell cars, like I know Toyota does this. It's pretty cool. And dude, spot on or good on Toyota because they are really stepping their game up, man. Toyota's like dominating the world right now with cars, but they actually provide for an additional fee, and I think they'll even throw it in sometime as a package. Like they'll spray the bottom of your car with like this salt resistant liner.
Really?
So yeah, so then that way it just protects your entire car from on the bottom and like halfway up the side of the car to prevent it from rusting. Like it doesn't full on, like it's not 100% cure for it, but at least it'll like you can have it redone for a price or whatever, but it puts more life on your car if you're wanting to drive it in the wintertime, which is huge for people like your soccer moms and stuff like that want
Oh yeah.
like a Toyota Sienna or whatever and drive that through the winter.
Yeah. Dude, I think this is my dream car. Like by far.
Like this is the car if I was to hand you whatever $1 billion and be like, you need to go buy your dream car right now. This is the car that you're wanting.
Yeah, not this exact one like that I'm about to show you, but yeah, since I've been like a little kid, like this is what I want.
I need to see this. I'm intrigued now.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Dodge Viper. Ah, dude, Vipers are sick, dude.
I could literally watch this. I mean, dude. Because holy shit. That's Schiller. That's me in there being stupid, and Schiller's recording. What? Holy shit!
Holy shit, man.
Look, dude. Oh my god,
dude.
Oh look, here we go.
The worst turbo lag you've ever seen in your entire life.
No, not this one. Oh, but that's a new Viper. What? That Mustang's hanging. 1,000 horsepower Mustang versus 1,000 horsepower Dodge Viper.
How many Hellcats do you know?
What is this? I don't care about this. Anyways, yeah. So yeah,
Dude.
that's what I want.
I would say mine is either that Exorcist. Ever since I saw that come on, I've always wanted one.
That's badass.
Otherwise, this is the car that I've always dreamed of having, is a 1969 Chevy Camaro Yanko edition.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up.
It was in a very popular movie, Too Fast, Too Furious. Yanko was like the Hennessy back in the day.
You said 1969?
1969 Chevy Camaro Yanko edition. YENKO.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, dude.
Where's the image?
Very hard to find an original one. A lot of guys just make clones of them now.
This is what you want.
Yes. Yes.
Dude, that is...
I would say like a black one or an orange one.
Dude, look, can we just take a second?
Look at that, dude.
Back when the back tires were fatter than the front tires,
that's just
it's very rare nowadays. Like they're very close nowadays. Like the backs are still wider, and the fronts are still narrower in newer cars, but not like this.
It's just right there, dude. I look at that and I'm like, that's poetry in motion, dude.
Dude, look,
like that was.
Look at this thing.
Yes,
I would love to have a classic car. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm all about classics, man. Like all about classics. But all-time favorite car,
the Dodge Viper.
Viper all day long, man. I don't know what it was. As a kid, bro, I had like 7 different like not the 1/64. What are the next scale up from that? Back to 1/8?
Yes.
Or the one, yeah, I think it's the 1/8 that are like this big.
Yep.
Sorry, like this big. Dude, I had like 7 of those, and I had a blue. We're just gonna have to find it. Hold on.
Yeah, pull it up, Jordan. Pull it up.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the podcast. Like, yo, pull it up real quick.
Yeah, we're not that fancy yet, so.
Now we have to.
That's it. That
yes.
right there is
I was
the
gonna
fucking
say
car that I want.
the blue, I remember and this is kind of stupid to say, but I remember the reason why I kind of liked the Viper was GTA 3. There was a car in there called the Banshee that was the Viper, and I tricked that one out every single time, exactly like that. Blue with the 2 parallel white stripes going all the way down it.
Oh, there's a YouTube video. Can you see the YouTube video?
Not yet. If it's playing right now, I can't see it.
Why is it? Oh, there it goes.
Someone needs to could make a meme out of this.
Welcome to another speed build on Forza Horizon 3, this time for a car which, in all of its forms, some of which
this is a video game. I don't give a shit about a video game.
It's a video game, man. It's a video game. Who cares?
That's
Dude, it's funny because someone could make a meme out of this, like with the 2 girls crying, like, he's probably out there cheating on me, and it just shows 2 guys like geeking out over cars, like,
look at the fucking car.
I will. Oh man, dude, if I had $1 million, I'd put it.
Oh, dude, but these, man, you got me on something now. Now I'm like,
yeah, dude, that was the car in Too Fast, Too Furious. Paul Walker and what's his face at the end there?
Schiller.
Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story, and today we're at the greatest muscle car show on the planet. I'm not right.
Hey, shut up. We just want to see the car. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
So how long have you had this one?
Just under 2 years I've had this car.
Why a Camaro out of all of the Camaros? Not only that, but one of the...
It's so beautiful. It's got the 427 in it.
Yeah, dude.
Camaro that I had a $200 bright red makeup paint job slapped on it.
Yeah, the Kreger rims on it, dude.
On it, and I thought it was the coolest
Dude.
thing on the planet.
No mirrors.
I bet it was.
And
So,
Nope.
so basically you had a...
Only had
tribute
one mirror on the driver's side.
But I always swore to myself if I ever got to a point where I could do it, I'd have some of the baddest Camaros on the planet.
Oh my god.
By the way, he's
I just
got
like
this
them because
bad
they're
Camaro
short.
and that bad
They weren't long bodied like a Mopar.
Yeah.
They looked a little square, but they had
This is Hugger Orange.
finesse to them, dude.
Give this one a little hugger ourselves.
Yeah, that Hugger Orange.
I'm trying to see that. I want to see that mirror on the other side.
My Car Story, so it's almost symbolic that here's the Hugger Orange Yanko
It's a
again.
small, like,
Maybe we open the
circle, I
trunk.
think.
No, we don't have any trunk and treats because you had some. When you're bringing this.
Oh, there it
many
is.
cars, you didn't- The only thing
Oh,
Yep.
literally
Large
shows it for
square.
2 seconds.
The only thing is, I'm gonna give you that back. The only thing is,
Dude, look at that.
There it is.
little mirror.
That's all you had, dude, to change the lane was to see on your left because they figured you don't need to see on your right.
Yeah. Dude, that is, man.
It's
Dude,
clean, bro.
I don't. It's a lot harder to build like an older vehicle like that because parts are so just not easy to get, right? Like on a newer car, they're very easy to come by. A lot of people manufacture them, even if they're not OEM. But I want to get like, not, I'm going to say this term loosely. I want to get a supercar and I want to build that bitch in my garage with Jace and have that as like,
I don't think that's stupid at all, man. Like
our car.
That's what I grew up doing with my dad. My dad had his Camaros, and probably one of the things I regret the most is I didn't spend more time with him when he was out in the garage working on the Camaros.
Yeah.
Like my dad,
like I'm not gonna say I'm not mechanically inclined, but I'm not fucking crazy knowledgeable to where, I mean, I could probably pull a water pump out. You and I pulled the water pump out. I could probably pull a water pump out, change a serpentine belt, batteries, whatever, like shit like that, easy stuff. I can easily do stuff like that. But when you're like changing out headers and cams and installing superchargers, there's no way, bro. I don't mind learning.
So the best advice I can give you for that is just do it. Just jump in. You don't have to know a damn thing about what you're doing. Just do it. And I know that because my dad tried to teach me a lot of stuff because my dad swapped out engines before and he's done all that stuff. And I when I got my Camaro, I started working on it, and I constantly called him for questions. Constantly, I was like, "How do you do this? How do you do this?" And he would walk me through it on the phone.
Paid attention or been in that garage.
Yeah. And I bought the Chilton books that show you like step for step on how to like. They're basically like a how-to on how to take apart of an engine and put it back together.
Yeah,
that helped me out a lot. But dude, I remember my buddy Claverwiden. He had his Duramax, right? And he was having the engine redone. Well, the guy that promised he would do it was a Marine, was doing it in his garage. He took forever. Finally, my buddy was like, dude, I'm done. I'm coming to get my truck. And they got into an argument. Anyway, we finally got it out. We got the motor put onto some tires, and we put the truck into on base there. They had that that recreational center for like working on your car.
Yeah.
It was like
I went up there.
You pay $5 a day and you get a limited amount of tools and stuff.
Yeah. I went up there and with Goodwin on his Explorer, and we cut his muffler off.
I remember that, dude. I remember he was so proud of that too, going through the parking lot. And he's like, "This thing sounds badass."
Literally, I don't know where that picture is. I have it somewhere, but literally, I have a picture of Goodwin with safety glasses on and a sawzall, just cutting off his muffler.
That sounds so good one.
But yeah, anyways, back to your story.
Oh no, we literally, I looked at him and I was like, "So what do you want to do with this?" He's like, "Well, I want to put the motor back in so I can get this thing running so I can drive it home," because he was about to get out of the Marine Corps. He and I spent probably at least a solid 3 weeks there, like every other day and every weekend.
Yeah.
And I have a photo of us cranking wrenches on this motor. I'm glad somebody caught that photo, but we put it all back together. We didn't have any spare parts left. I guessed on a lot of where shit goes.
Yeah.
And I just tried to see if stuff fit, see if stuff worked. Well, it didn't crank over, so I'm like, we suck. Well, he brought it to, he got it eventually freighted home, and his mechanic buddy looked at it. The only thing we did wrong at the time, I'm sure there was other things that were wrong later, but the only thing we did wrong at the time to get it started, we forgot to hook up a ground wire. That was it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, he said his buddy put on a ground wire and the thing turned over and ran. It had other issues, like we didn't do a lot of things we were supposed to do, but to get it at least started to be able to drive, just a ground wire.
Y'all were that close.
That close. I'm talking, this thing was, I've never taken apart a diesel engine. I've only taken an engine out one other time. But putting this thing back in, getting the bell house lined up with the end at the back of the engine and getting everything, all the wires and things hooked back up to where they go with all the sensors, that was the only thing we did wrong, was a ground wire. I was super proud. When he texted me that, he's like, "Bro, the only thing we didn't do is hook up a ground wire." And I'm like, "Dude, that's a win in my book, dude." Yes. I'm like,
I know it didn't start, but we got somewhere.
But hey, man, YouTube mechanic right here.
Yeah.
Frick yeah, dude. I loved it, dude. It was great. I'm gonna actually see if I can find that photo of me and him cranking on that thing. That thing was.
Well, while you're doing that,
we hated that gun, or that gun. We hated that truck.
I've got some questions for you, since we were talking about movies.
Oh, okay.
Are you
I
ready?
just found it too, so I sent it to you. We'll see if it's in. Yes, I'm ready. What do you got?
Okay. Jason Bourne or John Wick?
Okay, I have a confession to make.
Okay.
I have not watched all the Jason Bourne movies. But
yeah, this is where the podcast ends. Everybody, thank you for listening.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
What?
Yeah, I know. My dad watched them all the time and he loved them. I think the reason why I'm going to pick John Wick in this instant, because I know more about that. The reason why I love John Wick.
I'm not saying who you like more. I want in a fucking fight.
That's why I'm saying John Wick, because simplistically, the dude gets his ass beat all the time, gets shot, and still gets himself out of a situation, still continues to fight,
But that's just
and
like Jason
continues to
Bourne.
run. Yeah, I know, but he's got friends that help him out a lot. And John Wick's just like, hey, man, like, you're worth $7 million right now on your head. I'll give you 7 bullets in your gun. Like, I don't think Jason Bourne would be able to do something like that.
No, in that aspect, you're right. But I think Jason Bourne is a lot more tactically savvy to outthink him.
I think that John Wick would lose stealth-wise to Jason Bourne, like in a fight, like, or assassination style, because John Wick seems like he would just run more into a room and Blair.
One-on-one in a duel, like old Western, John Wick's winning that bitch all day long.
Yeah.
Put him in a room. Put him in a room that's got like a shoot house room. Jason Bourne's winning that bitch.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with John Wick, but I would say tactically wise, though, Jason Bourne all day.
Let us know in the comments because I'm going Jason Bourne here. All right, next one. Yeah, this one's good. This one's really fucking good, and I never thought about this one. Okay. Gerard Butler, so Leonidas, in 300.
Okay.
Or Russell Crowe in The Gladiator.
I knew it. I knew it. As soon as you said 300, I was like, he's going Gladiator route.
Dude, that would be a good fucking fight.
I think they're matched, dude. I think they're head to head. It would be somebody would have to slip up.
Yeah, and the only time they do is when he gets what happens to Russell Crowe? Something happened. He gets cut by something, right?
Well, he was chained up or whatever, had his hands up, and he got stabbed in the back.
That's what it was. So he slipped up there. Gerard Butler slipped up by missing that dude's head by inches.
Well,
and even if he did that, they still would have been slaughtered, right?
In Russell Crowe's defense, he was in prison, so he literally got stabbed because the guy, the Caesar, I guess at the time,
Caesar.
Yeah, he stabbed him to get a fair fight and try to look like he could slay a
wounded him to where he couldn't fight. Yeah.
I think full strength, everything. I honestly would say I think that Russell Crowe would take Gerard Butler.
No,
I think so, dude. He's got more armor. He's got more armor on him, and he's got more combat experience in different environment and aspects. Whereas a Spartan just has his shin guards and a shield, but they also have a spear. So I don't know. I think I'm redacting kind of what I wanted to say now.
I'm going Gerard Butler 1000% because that dude, that guy is so fucking strong. Like, I'm not talking about just Gerard Butler as a person. In that movie, Leonidas is a bad motherfucker.
All right, I'll agree with you. Okay, I'll change my mind. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go with it.
Like, if I could go back to any fucking timeline, I'm going back to fucking Spartan era, Leonidas, 300. Let's go bang.
I guess I'd have to see it. It's hard.
I think they need to make these kind of movies.
Like Mortal Kombat
versus Gladiator.
Like, straight up Mortal Kombat, Leonidas and fucking getting into the like some sort of an arena.
Yeah, and then we bring in Jason Bourne and John Wick. Let them duel out.
Dude, that's a movie idea right there. Actually, is these people were able to go back in time and abduct people, and they put them into arenas to see who could win. And so they abduct King Leonidas, and they induct what is his name, Marcus Aurelius, and put them into
Marcus who?
The arena. Marcus that's his name, Marcus Aurelius?
Oh, in Gladiator.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Take the two of those, put them into a random location, and be like, all right, you two have to fight to the death, and I'll bring you back to your timeline.
So I want to go back to your John Wick, Jason Bourne. Since you picked John Wick over Jason Bourne, do you think John Wick would beat the Transporter, Jason Statham?
I don't like these questions you're throwing at me, man.
Okay, let me rank You got Transporter. Not what movie you like best, but Transporter, John Wick, and Jason Bourne. Who's fucking winning? Who is beating the other two? Because they're not all the same.
They're
but
not.
I feel like Jason Bourne and John Wick are kind of the same. But I think Jason Statham beats the shit out of both of them.
I'm still gonna go with John Wick only because he has survival instincts and he can survive.
But Jason Statham beat the shit out of 7 people.
Yeah, so did John Wick. He cleared out a whole room
with a gun.
No, he freaking karate chops people's
Oh, you're right.
shut.
Yeah, I will give you that. I forgot about that scene.
I mean, he used a freaking pencil.
Okay.
As a weapon.
Okay. John Wick or Jackie Chan?
Fucking. Oh yeah.
John Wick or Jackie Chan? No guns.
Is this a fight to the death?
Fight to the death, dude.
John Wick, only because Jackie Chan doesn't have the morality in him to kill somebody. There was actually, it's funny you talk about Jackie Chan because I was literally listening to Pablo Francisco talk about Jackie Chan fighting. And he does all his own stunts. He does all his own stunts, but like every single movie, Jackie Chan's always like, please leave me alone. And they're like, come here, little boy. And they're like,
he doesn't want to kill anybody.
And he's like, no, please.
Yeah. Rush Hour, dude. Rush Hour 1 and 2. My favorite movies.
I loved Rush Hour.
They were so funny.
2 was good. I still haven't watched all of 3. I don't think 3 was that great. I just couldn't get into it.
3.
I think they waited too long.
I'm trying to remember.
That's the one that I think they're in Paris.
Oh yeah. That one's funny. That one's good.
Is it? I'll have to watch it.
Yeah,
the only part I saw in there that made me laugh was when they go to like that monastery or whatever with the monks.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, I am you.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you're not me.
Yeah, no, I'm you.
That is me. I am you.
Yeah, that was good. All right, so you're picking John Wick and you're picking Gerard Butler?
Yeah, that's my choices. I'm going with them. What else?
Epic.
You got? I know you got another question.
I've got something that's not movie related, but it's kind of funny. Again, I kind of want to know what you would pick because you're like the total opposite of one of these. You're not either one, but you're complete opposite on one of them. Would you, for the rest of your life, you can't get it fixed, you can't get the other one taken out, would you rather have a full-blown platinum grill with diamonds in it or walk around with your 2 front teeth missing for the rest of your life?
And I can't.
You can't get them fixed, and you can't get it ever taken out for the rest of your life. You're what, 30 right now? 31?
31.
So 31 all the way until you die. Missing teeth, front 2 missing teeth, or a platinum grill or gold grill with diamonds.
Did I lose the teeth in a cool story at least?
Nope. Okay, yeah, well, I'll give you that. You were in a fight and dude pulled a knife and you stabbed the dude, but before you stabbed the dude, he sucker punched you and knocked your 2 front teeth out, and then you did some taekwondo shit on him and then slit his throat.
Then I'm going to go with the missing 2 front teeth.
So you're going to walk around with 2 missing front teeth for the rest of your life.
The only reason I say that is because you could not smile. You know, you can just morph your lifestyle and be like, I don't smile because I'm missing 2 front teeth. The other thing is, like, I just pictured myself with platinum grilled teeth and put myself in the position of being like 70 years old. Could you imagine being old with a grill? That ain't cool.
Can you
imagine? That just looks dumb as hell.
If you ever had kids and you're like, they're like introducing their girlfriend or whatever.
I would never be able to take family portraits or anything or smile. Because I'd be like,
you're not smiling either way if you don't like either one. But I'm telling you right now, I'm taking the damn grill. Because at least I got my teeth.
Dude, like I said, put yourself at 70, 80 years old. and you're sitting there and you got this grill, like people are gonna be like, that guy's a whack job.
It's better than missing teeth.
I would honestly, if I showed up to, let's say I'm dating this other gal or whatever, and she's like, I want you to meet my dad, and I saw that her dad had a fucking grill, I'd be like, that guy's a loser. Like, you spent your money on that. But if I saw a guy that was missing 2 front teeth, my instant reaction would be, that dude's either a fighter or a brawler, or he's a hockey player. Either one of them I wouldn't mess with. And if I found out that that person got into a bar fight where someone tried to stab him, he stabbed him back and killed the guy, but he ended up, before dying, got sucker punched, and that dude only lost 2 front teeth.
Okay, let me change it.
Bad motherfucker.
Nobody can know the story of how you lost your teeth. Only you know it.
I got kicked in the face by a donkey.
Yeah.
I'm still going with the missing front teeth, dude. I can't do a grill, dude. I can't. Like, I feel like that'd be so much more embarrassing to have a grill, because
if I have to have a grill for the rest of my life, I'm moving to Houston, and I'm gonna fit in perfect.
I suppose it also depends on where you're at, where you live. If you live in an environment where that's a normal thing,
oh yeah,
sure. Up here, though, people up here missing their teeth everywhere from either playing hockey or having bad drug addictions.
Do you think it's worse?
Alcoholism.
Do you think it's worse missing both teeth or just one?
Both. Because if you miss
too.
one, it's like you could do like the I don't know, canted smile kind of situation. You could make it work.
Yeah.
But you're missing 2. The other thing is, like, these 2 front teeth is how you like pronounce your T's, and you know, you enunciate words, where if you're missing that, you'd be like, oh, you'd be like, oh my god,
yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're screwed.
You
are literally screwed. I'm still going with the 2 front teeth, dude. I don't care.
Oh, here for everybody that was I just noticed this. Everybody that was wanting to know the infamous photo of Kale and Jake working on the truck.
That was a much skinnier version of me on the left, and beardless. Yeah, dude. Ripped out that engine and put that whole thing back in.
Good times.
There's a lot of wires on a new car nowadays.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, man, we looked like a bunch of idiots, not knowing we didn't know what we were doing, dude. I mean, you don't know what you don't know, so it was just funny that I'm like, what the hell is this wire do? I don't know. Plug it in there, all of a sudden, or sometimes it'd be like, it'd spark. I'd be like, okay, it doesn't go there.
Yep, wrong wire.
Oh, dude, it was so fun though, dude. I think that was a huge bonding experience for he and I to have that. And my dad, I think my dad was proud. I think my dad was more proud when he found out I was bull riding. I remember.
Oh, son, you joined the Marines? It's okay. Oh, you're bull riding? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, my dad was super, super proud when I joined. Like, he bragged to everybody. He's like, my son's a Marine. He's in artillery, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I think when I told him, I was like, Dad, I started to bull ride. Like, I've always loved the Western lifestyle. I've always wanted to grow up as a cowboy or live on a ranch. And then all of a sudden I got a taste of it, and I was like, I want to do this.
Amazing.
I wasn't good. For those that are wondering, I was not good. Dude, fat cowboys. There's a reason why you don't see them in rodeo unless they're roping or they're steer wrestlers. You don't see them as bull riders because there's too much weight on top getting thrown around. But yeah, dude, I had a lot of fun doing it. And my mom was absolutely like terrified every time I would text her saying, I'm going to the shoots tonight to go practice.
The rodeo.
My dad was, he just kept telling me, you're going to get hurt. You should probably stop doing this. But he never told me like to 100% quit, or like, you know, he wasn't ashamed. And I remember because when I got back to Minnesota, there's only one place where we can ride bulls up here. And it was like a very far drive for me. And I was broke and I couldn't do it anymore. I was running low on cash. I sold all my bull riding equipment for dirt cheap. I'm still thinking of that to this day. Like, I sold that shit for maybe a quarter of the price of what I paid for it. But I needed cash to make a payment on my truck. And my dad, I was out of town, and the guy messaged me saying he'll take all the gear that I was selling. So I messaged my dad and I said, Dad, can you take all that gear that I have in that bag and go put it into a UPS box or whatever and ship it out for me? And he's like, yeah, no problem. Well, on my rope, I have a cowbell for weight, but it makes obviously the cowbell noise. And my dad was in line to ship that out for me. And the guy behind him was like, is that a cowbell? And my dad's like, yeah, my son's a bull rider, or was, he did it for a while and he's selling his gear. And my dad like stayed quiet and the guy behind him's like, must be a tough son of a bitch. And my dad's like, yeah, I mean, he's had his fair share of moments. Like, I still have permanent nerve damage on my left leg when I got stomped. That shit hurt so bad. It was so fun though, dude.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't think I would do.
You don't think you wouldn't ride a bull?
No, I don't think I would.
Dude, talking about adrenaline rush, dude.
I'd rather go 190 miles an hour in a car.
I mean, I would too. But I honestly feel like, stupid, but I feel like I would die doing that in a car than I would on a bull. Because I feel like I would have way more control on a bull. Which makes 0 sense.
0 cents. Yeah, that makes 0 cents. Yeah.
It's just how my mind thinks. And I remember because we were over in Okinawa on my second go round, and I saw my buddy Cleverwhite, and he was like, dude, riding bulls. And I was like, how are you doing this? And he's like, oh, there's a ranch up north, dude, and pay $20 and you can ride. And I'm like, I'm in. Like, I was still in Okinawa, and I'm like, I can't wait to come back and ride bulls. Like, people are all like, I'm excited to see my family and come home. And I'm like, no, I'm excited to ride bulls. I can't wait to get home.
Yeah. Let me get in this.
Let me get at it, bro.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. This has been fun. This is a different style podcast.
I think it was very informal. I think this is just vibing, dude.
Yeah.
It's just chill.
This is cool.
Not having a set agenda, it's just going about doing whatever we normally would talk about.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever discussed cars on here.
No, we really haven't. I think,
and we're like, even Jeff, like he's not here, but even Jeff's a car guy. I'm sure he would have liked this.
We have too many hobbies, like
guns.
I know
cars,
for sure I do. Guns, cars. I have guitars, hunting. Like,
it's bad. And
fishing.
They're all expensive,
dude.
Can I just find a hobby that's cheaper?
Dude, you're telling me about it, man. That fucking Wyoming trip I took, man, that drained me. But I would spend every penny and do it again, dude. I would do it again, dude. That was.
Oh, by the way, you can go to our Instagram. I made a highlight. If you go to the page, you can click the highlight, and it's Kale's hunting trip. You can see all the posts that we posted. You can see start to finish from his drive there to him shooting his animal. But yeah, you just go to Armored and Anchored on Instagram. Go to the highlights. It's right below the bio. Click it. It's all there.
So. Yes, sir. Yeah,
cool,
it was fun,
dude.
Man.
This was a good podcast. This was episode 16, I think. I'm not. We'll talk on the fly. But anyways, cool shit. Yeah, had fun.
Yeah,
crank out another one soon.
Live life.
Yeah. Hey, dude, let's get back to that. Is there an inspirational quote that you have today? And it doesn't have to be from somebody. It can be made up.
I do. I honestly, that's the only thing I like in my mind right now is live life. Like, go out.
Nah, I'm gonna stop you. You said one earlier.
What did I say?
About spending time with your dad.
Oh, yeah, dude. Spend as much time with your old man as you can. Take that phone call. Chat his ear off. Text him. Go do something with him. Because, like, you don't know how much time you got with those, the creators, as I call my parents. My old man's got some stuff going on, and it just kind of brought perception to reality of being like, man, life is short. Yeah. And reflecting on your past and things you should have done. I should have went out to the garage with him more often. I should have went hunting with him more often. I should have just not gone out with friends and hung out with my dad that night. A lot of that stuff. So yeah, 100%, dude. Spend more time with your old man. Spend more time with your folks. Period. Your parents.
Hey, at the end of the day, family's all you got, man.
Family is all you got. they're going to be the number one supporter of you no matter what. Well, I shouldn't say that for everybody because some people have some really bad families, but they didn't get to choose them. But for those majority of us that do have,
But you
good
just
families,
said it. Family is the only thing you got that you can't choose, and you're stuck
That's
with
true.
them.
That's true. 100%. What about you? You got to have some life advice.
Oh
now.
man, that's where I was going. If you weren't going to say it,
that's why you should just let me do my thing.
No,
I was just gonna
I'm
say
right there
live
with
life,
you.
man.
Yeah,
like literally live life, and what I mean by that is not like go do the thing that you want to do the most, like that makes you happy. But I mean, like, if you're sitting there debating on buying that concert ticket or going on this hunting trip or buying that car, and if it's everything is lined up in your corner and you could do it, but you're scared to do it, just do it. Just do it. Because at the end of the day, you're either going to regret. Most likely you're going to regret it if you don't do it. And if you do it, you're going to have nothing but good things and memories to say. You're not going to talk about the money that you spent on it. You're going to talk about how happy it makes you. So
dude, I'm so big on
huge.
Don't buy me anything. Just let's make memories.
Yeah, dude.
And take pictures, man.
Yeah.
Take pictures.
Take pictures,
Take
dude.
pictures.
I took a lot of pictures out in Wyoming. Last time I went there, I didn't take like hardly any pictures because I thought it was like cheesy. I'm like, no, I'm taking all the pictures now. I don't care anymore.
It's all you're gonna have left, man.
Yeah, if you think that you find a beautiful site of a mountain range or a canyon, something, and you take a selfie in front of it, you're not a loser. It's not cheesy. It's not stupid.
You may feel corny in the moment, but you're gonna be like, damn, I'm glad I took that.
Yeah. I felt cheesy as shit taking a picture of me in a cowboy hat on the Bighorn Mountains, but I was like, I don't care. Now I look at it and I'm like, I'm really glad I took that photo.
Hell yeah. When are you gonna you don't know if you're gonna go back.
Yeah, I don't. I literally lived that trip like I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. I'm going back.
All right, homie. Appreciate the episode. We'll catch you next time.